Hello mathematicians, I hope by the end of this video you can say I can identify when a solution results in all real numbers or no solution. Let's look at an example. So we have 3 times the quantity 2x plus 2 minus 5 equals 6x plus 2. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to distribute this 3 into both the 2x as well as the plus 2. So that gives us 6x plus 6 minus 5 equals 6x plus 2. So on this left side here we have two constants, so we can combine some like terms. So we get 6x. 6 minus 5 is 1, so it's a positive 1. So 6x plus 1 equals 6x plus 2. And technically we could stop here and we'll come back to that, but I'm going to keep going. So now what we need to do is we've got variables on both sides of the equation. So let's get rid of them. So, and generally speaking, I want to get rid of the variable on the side with the lesser coefficient. However, they're both the same coefficient. They're both 6. So if I subtract 6x from this side and I subtract 6x from this side, I've got no variables left. And all that I'm left with here now is going to be 1 equals 2, which obviously is not a true statement. So this has no solutions. And I actually could have stopped right at this line, as I said earlier, because if I see 6x plus 1 equals 6x plus 2, well, I can see that clearly this is not going to work out. This is not going to be a true statement. Okay? So, if you get something like this, 1 equals 2, or something like this, 6x plus 1 equals 6x plus 2, and you can clearly see that is not a true statement that has no solution. And so what actually, when we get it into graphing, you'll see that these are going to be two parallel lines that start at a different spot on the y-intercept, and they're just going to be parallel, so they're never going to touch each other. So now let's change this problem just slightly, and we're going to get a completely different result. So now we've got 3 times the quantity 2x plus 2 minus 5 equals 6x plus 1. So again, we need to distribute right away. That's going to give us 6x plus 6 minus 5 equals 6x plus 1. And now again on the left side we need to combine some like terms. We have two constants, so we're going to get 6x plus 1, 6 minus 5 is 1, equals 6x plus 1. And we could stop right here. We see 6x plus 1 does equal 6x plus 1. We'll go one step further just to further show it. Let's subtract the 6x's from both sides. And we get 1 equals 1, which is a true statement. So these two, no matter what we input into here, we will always get the same answer. Let's just pick a random number. Let's just pick x equals 3. So we put in x equals 3 into this equation. So again, just instead of x, I have the 3. So we would get 3 times 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 minus 5 equals 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1. 3 times 6 plus 2 is 8. Minus 5 equals 18 plus 1 is 19. 3 times 8 gives me 24. Minus 5 equals 19. And we know 24 minus 5 is 19. 19 equals 19. That is a true statement. So x equals 3. That's a good solution. You could do this with any number. You could plug any number. 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, negative, anything. You could plug anything in for x, and you would always get it to be a true statement. So this is all real numbers. So you could say all real numbers. You could do a fancy little r right there. So we showed you one example where there's no solution, one example when the solution was all real numbers. I hope by now, with a little bit of practice, you can say I can identify when a solution results in all real numbers or no solution.